Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are and what time of day it is when you watch this video. My name is Z, and welcome back to my gaming corner. In today's adventure, we are going into the Trial of the Grand Crusader, which is the Tier 9 raid, and in this raid begins the epic adventure of heroic raiding. Tier 9 was the very first raid to have an heroic mode, and prior to this, we only had 10-man versus 25-man in Wrath content, 25-man only in Burning Crusade content, and 40-man content in Vanilla. But now we get a choice between 10 and 25-man, plus normal and heroic. And depending on what difficulty you play on will determine what loot set you get. Because there are iconic weapons, iconic armor sets, and very special items that you can only get here in the Argent Tournament Grounds. So if we open up our adventure guide and we go to raids and we bring this pull down menu down to Wrath of the Lich King and we come here to Trial of the Crusader, okay? We have 10 normal, 10 heroic, 25 normal, and 25 heroic. And you can see the loot from the beast, I think it was on a new Barak, is what it was. Or was it on Lord Jaraxxus? Okay, let's go back just to this. And we can look at all the loot for all the bosses. This is great. So, if we're on 10 normal, okay? You can see the three pets. There's the giant worm egg, the Magnetar hunting horn, and the Nerubian relic, the drop from the bosses here. On 10 normal, there is the Edge of Agony, which looks like this. And I wish the adventure guide and the dressing room could be on at the same time. The Ardent Guard is on 10 normal. One-handed sword, very iconic weaponry right here. We can also get the Mace of the Earthborn Chieftain, which looks like this, okay? There's also a shield, the Aegis of the Coliseum, which looks like that on 10 normal. There's also the Pride of the Kokron, which is a one-handed shield. It's a shield that looks like that with the Horde insignia on it. And then if we change it to 10 heroic, we get different things. The Edge of Agony is still in there. The Argent Guard is still in there. This still looks red, okay? Let's go to 25-man, normal. Now we get the dual-bladed butcher, two-handed axe. It looks like this, okay? And then the Suffering's End, two-handed mace, or one-handed mace, looks like that. The Bastion of Resolve, the offhand shield on 25-man, now looks red like a proper Horde shield with the Horde insignia on it. And then if we're on the Alliance, if I got onto an Alliance tune, I can show you the Alliance loot set from here. We'll do that at the end of the video. I am here at the Meeting Stone on the Argent Tournament Grounds, way up here in Icecrown. So we're still on the continent of Northrend from Ulduar, and it actually says we're in the zone of the Storm Peaks, but we're really right on the border of the Storm Peaks. And the absolute quickest way to get here is you need to come here to the tournament and you need to talk to Dame Eversil and start the quest, the Argent Tournament. And you do the tournament and you get exalted and the ability to represent your faction and all five factions, all five units for your entire faction, represent them as champions, and then you activate the vendor that sells this Argent Crusader's Tabard, which teleports the caster to the Argent Tournament Grounds on a 30-minute cooldown. And the Meeting Stone is located down the stairs and to the left. It's like right there. There are the stairs that go up to the raid, and then over there, that little covered area, that's the area of the dungeon. So there's the Trial of the Crusader, and then the dungeon is... No, the dungeon is the Trial of the Crusader, and the raid is the Trial of the Grand Crusader. So we need to make sure that our raids are set to 25-man and heroic difficulty, because we want to have the coolest looking stuff. But if you want the Edge of Agony, you have to go in there on 10-man. So let's enter this raid, and you'll see that there's now a big honking skull face in the raid portal. That signifies that you're on heroic and mythic mode when we get to tier 16. But let's go inside this raid and beat the bosses, and then I'm going to show you where to buy the actual tier pieces, and then we'll show you the alliance stuff. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so when you enter the raid, this is just like an open Coliseum, and there's alliance guys, horde guys over there, alliance guys over here. Okay, and there is Barrett Ramsey hanging out right here by the entrance. Talk to him to begin all the fights. Welcome, champion. Have you gathered your forces in preparation for the challenges of the Trial of the Grand Crusader? Only the most powerful and accomplished combatants are able to participate in these trials. To participate in these trials, you must have completed the normal Trial of the Crusader. I have completed the normal Trial of the Crusader. So the Trial of the Grand Crusader is a more difficult version of the Trial of the Crusader. Each encounter is more difficult, and you will not be able to freely attempt these encounters until you win. After 50 unsuccessful attempts, the Trial of the Grand Crusader will end for the week. After successfully completing the Trial of the Grand Crusader, you will receive an additional tribute chest of rewards as compensation. Are you prepared for this trial? Yes, we are prepared for the challenges ahead of us. Are you ready for the first challenge? Bring forth the first challenge.
Welcome, champions. You have heard the call of the Argent Crusade, and you have boldly answered. It is here, in the Crusaders' Coliseum, that you will face your greatest challenges. Those of you who survive the rigors of the Colosseum will join the Argent Crusade on its march to Icecrown Citadel.
And there's Highlord Tirion Fordring with the Ashbringer. My Ashbringer looks better.
The deepest, darkest caverns of the Storm Peaks, Gormak the Impaler. Battle on, heroes.
I've seen more worthy challenges in the Ring of Blood. It's our time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Steel yourselves, heroes, for the Twin Terrors, Acid Maw, and Dread Scale.
Now there's
Enter
these
the arena.
there's these snowballed vassals. We need to keep all of them alive
4,
until we can kill the final boss. So only do single target DPS on these bosses and keep those kobolds alive.
Freezes with the introduction of our next combatant, Ice Howl. Kill or be killed, champions.
So single target DPS, keep the kobolds alive, and you'll get an achievement. There we go. Okay, we get the Belt of the Tenebrous Mist cloth belt. That is the Mages set, because it's orange in the middle. The Warlocks get purple, and the Priests get blue. And then we get the Bindings of the Ice Burrow, male wrist, or male waist. So those would be the Shaman. That would be the Shaman belt. Looks kind of cool. We also got the Barb of Tarrasque, or Tarrasque. So that's a Horde dagger with the Horde insignia right there for you rogues out there. We also got the Giant Worm Egg, so we get to summon Dreadmaw. Wonderful. We also get a Crusader's Orb, and that's the loot from the Beasts of Legend. Now let's make our way back to the raid portal, and we can talk to Barrett Ramsey to activate our second encounter. And there is so much roleplay in here, but it's actually tasteful roleplay, and it's not too long, and I love this place.
Hey there.
Well done. Your fighting against all those beasts was splendid. I hear the next challenge to be even tougher. What new challenge awaits us? You'll find out soon enough. Are you ready for the next challenge? We're ready.
Safe travels.
Grand Warlock Wilfred Fizzlebang will summon forth your next challenge. Stand by for his entry.
Oh, there he is. And we just got this pet. It looks just like Dreadmaw, just like the boss Dreadmaw. Very cool.
Thank you, High Lord. Now, challengers, I will begin the ritual of summoning. When I am done, a fearsome Doom Guard will appear. Prepare for oblivion!
Okay.
Aha! I have done it! Behold the absolute power of Wilfred Fizzlebang, Master Summoner! You are bound
trifling gnome! Your arrogance will be your undoing!
But I'm in charge here!
Quickly, heroes! Destroy the
5,
demon lord
4,
before it can open a portal
3,
to its twisted
2,
demonic realm!
1.
You face Jaraxxus, Eladar Lord of the Burning Legion! Another will take my place. Your world is doomed.
The loss of Wilfred Fizzlebang, while unfortunate, should be a lesson to those of you who dare to dabble in dark magic. Alas, you are victorious, and now must face the next challenge.
Treacherous Alliance dogs! You summon a demon lord against warriors of the Horde? Your deaths will be swift.
The Alliance doesn't need the help of a demon lord to deal with Horde filth. Come, pig.
Everyone, calm down. Compose yourselves. There is no conspiracy at play here. The Warlock acted on his own volition, outside of influences from the Alliance. The tournament must go on.
Well, that was interesting. Okay, we got the Talisman of Headless Sins held in the offhand. Okay, so we got that. Interesting talisman. We got the Pants of the Soothing Touch. We got that. We got 2 of those. We get a Crusader's Orb. And we get the planned Saronite Swordbreakers. So we get plate wrists. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, Barrett Ramsey is right here. Let's start the next encounter. And there's going to be some banter between the Horde and the Alliance. So here we go. That Warlock certainly didn't summon a Doom Guard. Your next challenge will find you fighting Knights of the Argent Crusade. Think you're up for the challenge? Of course we are. Well then, I give the signal to Tirion when you're ready to go. Okay, give the signal. We're ready to go.
Next battle will be against the Argent Crusade's most powerful knights. Only by defeating them will you be deemed worthy.
Our honor has been besmirched. They make wild claims and false accusations against us. I demand justice. Allow my champions to find a place in your knights, Tyrion. We challenge the Horde.
Very well. I will allow it. Fight with honor.
Fight for the glory of the Alliance, heroes. Honor your king and your people.
Okay, you want to take out Malador Balistrider first because he's going to heal the rest of the party. Final Reckoning would do really well right here. Okay, we're going to go Invincible because this is annoying. Stun.
I'm out of range.
Taste what the future brings. For the Horde!
A shallow and tragic victory. We are weaker as a whole from the losses suffered today. Who but the Lich King could benefit from such foolishness? Great warriors have lost their lives, and for what? The true threat looms ahead. The Lich King awaits us all in death.
Alright, loot from the PvP one. Sabatons of Trembling Earth. Those are going to be the Shaman boots. We also got the Bastion of Resolve, so there's the shield. We also got the Dual-Bladed Butcher, so we got the Two-Handed Axe too, and we get the pattern Moon Shadow Arm Guards, which are leather wrists. We can't show off those. Okay. Let's go back to Barrett Ramsey and begin fight number 4.
Good day to you.
We suffered a lot of casualties when capturing your next challenge. That tough, huh? You better believe it. You're going to face 2 of Arthas' most powerful Valkyr lieutenants. Valkyr, we're ready for them.
Only by working together will you overcome the final challenge. From the depths of Icecrown come 2 of the Scourge's most powerful lieutenants. Fearsome Valkyr, winged harbingers of the Lich King.
Okay, for this fight, you need to activate the opposite color of the one you're going after. They share a health bar, so when you kill one, you kill the other. So click on the light essence and go after Idris Darkbane. Here we go.
In the name of our Dark Master, for the Lich King, the Scourge cannot be stopped.
Do you still question the might of the Horde, Paladin? We will take on all comers!
Okay, loot from the Valkyr today. We get the Gouge of the Frigid Heart. One-handed dagger. So there's another one that has that Horde insignia on it. Very cool if you ask me. We also got the Greaves of Ruthless Judgment mail boots, which look kind of cool. We get the Executioner's Vice, which is a necklace, and we get a Crusader's Orb, which is used in all sorts of crafting materials. All right, and let's go back to the front to talk to Barrett Ramsey one final time to begin our final fight.
How are you?
Splendid. You've proven yourselves as great champions here today. With you fighting alongside the Argent Crusade, victory against the Scourge is inevitable. Your words of praise are appreciated, Coliseum Master. The praise is well deserved. Tirion will want to praise you himself shortly. Hey, have you noticed it getting a bit cold all of a sudden? Yes, that is strange.
A mighty blow has been dealt to the Lich King. You have proven yourselves as able-bodied champions of the Argent Crusade. Together, we will strike against Icecrown Citadel and destroy what remains of the Scourge. There is no challenge that we cannot face united.
You will have your challenge, Fordring.
Arthas, you are hopelessly outnumbered. Lay down Frostmourne and I will grant you a just death.
The Nerubians built an empire beneath the frozen wastes of Northrend. An empire that you so foolishly built your structures upon. My empire.
Oh no.
The souls of your fallen champions will be mine. Fordring.
Okay, so when you land in the water down here, make your way north to this area. And we have to fight Anub Arak again. He's the last boss in the dungeon of Azul Narub.
Have arrived, just as the Master promised.
Okay, here we go against Anub Arak.
This place will serve as your tomb. Not so shall overtake you, Master.
Okay, from Anub Arak we get some gold, we get a ring, we get boots of the Icy Flow, cloth feet, which we haven't obtained the appearance for. Those are the mage boots. They go with the mage set. They have an orange thing on them. So those for the mage. Okay. We got the breeches of Deepening Void, cloth legs. We also got the girdle of the Forgotten Martyr, plate waist. That is the Paladin waist guard for the Paladin set. We also got a Crusader's Orb. Very cool. Now, the fun thing about this raid, at the very end of it, there's actually a portal to Dalaran, so it ties in quite nicely on getting back to Dalaran, so I can show you where to purchase the rest of your sets. And we can even talk to Tirion if we want.
We shall triumph.
The quantity and quality of rewards inside the tribute chest is based upon how many unsuccessful attempts you had during the trial of Grand Crusader. The fewer unsuccessful attempts, the better the reward, but there's no more tribute chest. And then, of course, the Argent Mage right here says, "Congratulations! Please take the portal to Dalaran when you're ready." Okay. All right, now we're here in Dalaran. And in Dalaran, you will find shops located around the city that sell specific armor types. For example, over here, not that button, this button. Over here in this building right here is the shop Tanks for Everything. And then the what is it called? The Threads of Fate. Yeah, the Threads of Fate is located right over here. They sell cloth armor. And then over here by the Eventide are 2 shops that sell leather and mail armor. It's one shop, I think it's called the Rings of something or other. We'll go and look at it. But this shop is tanks for everything. And you come in here and you'll see that there's a few vendors. This is the Shield Merchant. This is tier 10, this is tier 9, and this is tier 8. So Griselda Hunterland sells our tier 9 sets. So, or actually this is tier 7. Where's tier 9? Uh-oh.
Safe
Uh-oh.
travels.
Who has tier 9? Is it Dubbin Clay that has tier 9? No, he has tier 8. Okay, who has tier 9? Is it you? Because you have tier 10. And all 3 colors. Oh, no, nope. This is one with tier 9. There we go. So the Paladin stuff is called Liadrin's. Okay, it's Liadrin's set. And there are shoulders and helmets and chest and gloves and pants. And we got the belt that goes with this set. Okay? That's the Paladin set. And you can only see what's on these vendors if you are of a class that wears the armor type that they sell. So if you want to see the stuff from the Threads of Fate, you have to get on a Warlock or a Mage or a Priest because they wear cloth. Okay, but let me show you where these shops are. But you buy the tier 9 set for gold from these vendors. But if you want the belt and the boots, you have to go and do the raid, the Trial of the Grand Crusader. There's the Wonderworks, and you want to come around this corner here, and you will find this shop that has a picture of a helmet on it, and this is the Threads of Fate. Now, I'm not a cloth wearer, and if I try to talk to these guys, I can't see their wares. But this is where you buy the tiers 8, 9, and 10 sets, right here. And then if you come over here by the Eventide, like this is where you turn in the alpha code reply, and you get that role play with Ronan. It's like, be grateful for your very lives. We have passed the inevitable, blah blah blah. Not the arsenal. We want to come to Langram's Leather and Links is what it's called. It's right over here. It's the middle shop right outside the bank of the South Bank by basically the Alliance Bank. And you can see there's Leather Armor Merchant, Mail Armor Merchant, and Mail Armor Merchant. So all the leather and mail wearers come here and they can buy their tier 9 sets. But then you go to the raid to get the actual gear. Now let me show you what I'm talking about between the Horde and Alliance. So my Warlock, that is the tier 9 set for Horde Warlocks. It looks like that. But for Alliance Warlocks, the tier 9 set looks like this. So the Horde Warlock is the raiment of Gul'dan, and this is the raiment of, I forget who the raiment is. I think it's still called the raiment of Gul'dan or something, but it looks like this. And then you saw the Paladin gear. But let me get on my Alliance Paladin, and I can show you Tirian's armor set for tier 9, because it looks vastly different than the Horde. The Horde got Liadrin's set, and it was red, and it was spiky, and it was like red and white and gold, just like a Sindorite. Because Liadrin was the husband of Lady Liadrin, and he perished when Arthas invaded Quel'Tha Lost. So let's hold Shift P, come down here to Appearances, and up here to Sets, and we'll scroll down until we find tier 9, which is this one, Tirian's Plate, and it says Trial of the Crusader. Tier 9 Paladin looks like this, and it's Tirian's Plate from Trial of the Crusader. So you can see that the Alliance side looks vastly different than the Horde side. And if we're on the Alliance side and we open up our Adventure tab, we come here to Raids, and we bring this pull-down menu down to Wrath of the Lich King. We come to Trial of the Crusader. On 10 normal, on the loot, you'll see that we have a two-handed sword called Reckoning. Iconic swords you can't get anywhere else. This is on 10 normal. Okay? And then there's the faceplate of the Silver Champion. Plate head that looks just like the Paladin's Tirian's lookalike helmet. Kind of cool, right? There's also pauldrons of the Silver Defender that look like that's the warrior set because it's white and blue instead of gold and blue. And so the warrior stuff, the Death Knight stuff, all the plate wearers look the same. They're just a slightly different color. And then if we go to 25 man, we start to see some really cool stuff, like this Justice Bringer two-handed axe, which looks like this iconic axe that you cannot get anywhere else, and I don't even think I have that transmog. I don't have the transmog. And then there's cloaks, and there's all sorts of stuff that we can get. So interesting things from the Trial of the Grand Crusader. I'm looking for other alliance items. Because there's a two-handed axe, there's a two-handed sword. I thought there was a two-handed polearm from one of the bosses, but I'm just not seeing it. I must be blind or something. Because there's the Reckoning, two-handed sword, and I've collected that appearance, but not from that item. But I don't have the two-handed axe from 25 man. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's how you do Trial of the Grand Crusader. You do have to complete Trial of the Crusader on normal mode first. Like, you have to do 25 normal before you can do 25 heroic. And you have to do 10 normal before you can do 10 heroic. So just be aware of that. So do the normal mode first, and then go do the heroic mode. But if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up, rate me a like. And if you haven't done so already, click that notification bell and subscribe to the channel so you always know when new content comes out. Very important to subscribe to the channel. Also, please tell your friends about me so they can come and they can enjoy these videos and enjoy the adventures just as much as you do. Finally, and most importantly of all, please remember this. World of Warcraft is just a game. And games are meant to be fun, and you're supposed to have fun while playing them. So if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Meet me back here next time when we venture into Arthas' dark domain of Icecrown Citadel, and we depose the Lich King, and we install Bolvar as the Lich King. I look forward to bringing you that adventure, and I hope you will join me next time for Icecrown Citadel. But until then, I'm Z, signing off.